Hi, Shruti. Good evening. EG3, I don't know your name, but thank you. Hi, Nilesh. Good evening. Hi, Kayur. Hi, Ryan. Good evening, guys. I hope you all had a good weekend. Last week, we had some really good uh, momentum into positivity. Had some really good trades here at Shopify, Amazon, all worked out really well. We will talk about that, Ryan. Hi, Heath. Hi, Nippy. Hi, Nikki. Good evening. So, guys, this week we have some important earnings which will share the trend or define the trend for the next couple of days. So, we'll talk all of that. But in between, I hope you all had a great weekend. The summers are here, and I hope everyone is enjoying the time with their family. Hi, Kamal. So, I'll start from I'll start from the scan. I'll start from my inside day scan on the day. Again, I only look into my watch list. I do not go outside of it. I say so. Crowd, Expedia, Baidu. I do not have Baidu in my list, but Baidu is like setting up along with Baba. And just now we'll talk about Chinese economy. What happened there? HD Qualcomm. Qualcomm was on my list. Qualcomm, we should figure out Ucom, HD. They are all inside this crowd. So these are all inside days. You should be looking for them. Then let's look out at bullish candle patterns like hammer, morning star, morning dodgy star. None. Okay. Let's look at bearish candle patterns. Nasdaq. So we need to see what Nasdaq is showing. That's a high possibility, Ryan. Because China's government will do something substantial now to push the economy. Hi, Gan Prakash. Hi, Sai Praneeth. So we'll check on Nasdaq. Let's look at any 1234 scan on 1-day chart. It's only triple M. So triple M is actually showing some significant breakouts. So we'll talk about triple M. And then if I reverse this, like 34 crossing 12 on daily. None of them. All right. So all in all, we have Zoom may be the next one to run. There's a lot of potential on Zoom. All right. So we have this list. Let's add Zoom here. So let's figure out. So AMD did the trade last time we talked about. AMD did 121. Amazon almost came near to 136.50. It made like 136.60 and then cooled off. Adobe is at 521. CRM 231. It was 124.60. It made 97. Meta made 316, Microsoft made 380, Netflix made 457, Nvidia made 473, Shopify made 70, PayPal made 73, Roblox made 4475, Tesla made 285. So all in all, like whatever our targets were from the last week analysis, they were really, really good. Now, what we need to figure out is where we are going here. Like we have some new entrants into my list, and most likely I'll pick up a few of them because there was one more UNH. UNH we were also launched before the earnings, and it really paid us really, really well. United Healthcare. Now, problem is I cannot cover all these stickers. It makes some very big list. So we need to cut down on something and figure out what needs to be done. But let's start from index first, and let's see where we are heading now. All right, so I'll start from ES. So ES is right now like 45, 47 was my target. Once we cleared 44.95. Now, if you see, this is actually making a W pattern, but we are also at a good resistance of 100%, 45, 47. Now, we had a hammer, not a clean hammer, but somewhat hammer. Uh, I'm not confident to call this a hammer. It's like not even a dodgy, not even a hammer. But let me just increase the size for this. So you can see that it has a small wick here, a large wick here, but a tiny body. And right now we are like if we lose 45.20 area, I think we will find support at 44.85. But for bullish bias to remain intact, I would try and see if we can come around 45.25 because this was the breakout area, 45.20. So if we can come, that should be our stop loss. If we can come, like today low was 43.28, I think, or 45.28. So if we can come around 45.25, that is a good area to go long, keeping 45.20 as the stop loss because this is a Fibonacci. Now, if we lose 45.20 or this area, then the next support comes right here, 45.85. So 45.85 is, or 44.95 was the previous one, which I have it, but that's far. Like that's like 100.4. That's like 34 EMA and 43.95. So we need to find somewhere here like 44.95 to 44.85. That's one zone of support because this was a resistance previously. Now this should act as a support or a base. But in order to have positive bias, we should not lose 45.20 in this. And again, like if you see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 candles back to back going in one direction, clean one directional move. And then we had Friday on the top, a hammer. It's not a clean hammer, but I will consider this as a potential evening star. So for potential evening star to complete, we need to have a breakdown, and breakdown should allow the follow-up 2 candles, test of 12 EMA, and this time the test of 12 EMA, again, like all this time 12 EMA has been supported. If you go back all the way to January, we have not broken 12 EMA, so same principle will still apply that we will not break it, but if we hold here, we should see 45.47 and we should see 45.81. That's my area. So I'm still positive in the market. I would buy in dip near 4525 to 4528. That's my buying area in the dip. My stop loss, as I showed you, is 45.20. If it holds, then this is there. I'm giving it a 50-50% because we broke out and then we extended. Now we just need to find some cool off. So potential, as I said, it's not a clean one. Potential evening star built up. Loss of 44.85 will confirm it. So we can get aggressive if we lose 44.85. Right now we are well above that. So there's potential to just take a small short side trade. Now sell below 4520, keeping a stop loss of 4525. Stop area is 4495.85. I'm giving you this range because this is going to be a very good stop loss. It's a stop loss of the previous resistance as well as the 12 EMA, and then 4460. You just need to be mindful that the market tone has not changed. The market tone is still bullish. It's just that we had some back-to-back good green days, clean days, non-choppy days. So tomorrow, if we have choppiness, maybe going into Wednesday, when we have Tesla, IBM, and Netflix results, if we remain in choppiness, I'll not be surprised. That's why I'm like reducing my conviction to 50-50 towards the bullish or negative bias. So NQ, and let's look at the book map as well, just to make sure that our reading is fine. Hi, Mr. Gulati. Hi, Kamal. So you can clearly see that 45.20, 45.25 area is a really good support. There's some buying, and as of now, the resistance is 45.35 area. There is a selling around of 298 contracts. So I would simply do one thing. I would wait in this market for a better entry rather than preempting the moves. Like there's no point jumping into a trade right away. If you have to wait and be stock specific. Index trade will be really difficult to trade. Okay, so that's about ES. Now let's go to NQ. So NQ, my targets were 15,810. They almost made, and this made a perfect doji. This is called a gravestone doji, where it opened at uh, where it opened at 699, closed at 693. This shows a clear state of unpredictability. Not unpredictability, it's clear state of confusion. Now, there are two reasons behind that. First, we had a massive rally, like about 500 points into NQ. Second thing is that by the end of this week, Nasdaq will be rebalanced. They were supposed to share the details of what will be the rebalancing percentage, how this will be structured, but as of now, we have not seen that. So if we do not see the details about what's happening in the rebalancing, one thing which is for sure is that the weightage of the big 7 companies will be reduced to 38%. Now, how they're going to do it, I'm a little confused. So I'm not sharing that with you. But please read about this, that they want to cut down from 51% to 38%. Now, if they are cut down, the other companies will have a higher weightage. So it may not bring a big change into the market, but they may a potential move towards the small cap companies from Nasdaq 100. Okay, not every company will get a bump, Like for example, Starbucks. I don't know why it is there in Nasdaq 100. I have no idea. But this company can get a boost. Then we have JD.com, PayPal, Square. Square, I don't think so. PayPal is there. These companies can get a boost. PayPal is technically all set as well. So we need to be careful on Nasdaq that yes, if there's a potential cool off, we should respect that. We should not try to fight. So this is clearly evident here that it's a dodgy at the top. So it's a 100% potential evening star. Again, I'm using 50-50. So Nasdaq, if I have to short, I would short below Friday's low. Friday low is 15,663. Today is 15,661. So I'll just keep it simple, 15,650. Short below 15,650. If we lose Friday's low, we should see 15,600. And the next support is 15,450. This will also allow the 12 EMA to catch up. And below 15,450, this will confirm the morning star. As of now, they are potential, but below this, it will get a confirmation. And once the confirmation is there, you can actually increase your size. Now, on the contrary, if we find a fake breakdown like 15,650, it went down and then get above it. So stop loss should be 15,650 and buy and dip 675 to 700. If it comes in this range, let's take long. And targets are 8/10, 15/8/10, 15/8/57. Like 16,000 is the prime target, but I think we should go step by step. I mean, 200 points in a day after such a massive clean breakouts. I'll wait for this. So Nasdaq as well as in ES, they are trying to show you a potential evening star, but again, the trend is not negative, and I'll confirm you why. Look at the 12 EMA. 12 EMA is way above 34 EMA. Okay, that's one. Second thing, look at DMAs. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, weekday, month, they are all green. So the strength is there. Okay. Now, third is high Kenichi candles. The trend is still there. It is a flat base. I will not call this as negative yet. Okay. Now, if we lose it, then that's a different story. But as of now, there's no negativity on the Nasdaq. Same if you go with ES. Within the flat base, 12 above 34, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, week, all green. So there's no negativity or no negative bias as of now. Like if you look at the Twitter, everybody is saying, oh, we're going to go down this and that. I don't know. I'll not comment on that. But as of now, I don't see anything. I still see till the moment we are holding 12 EMA, every dip will be bought. And the kind of market resilience which has been in the last few months, I will be really risky or trying to risk my account if I'm trying to short. You can be stock specific short, that's fine. But index, I think unless we lose 44.85 with some strength, I'll not try short. Triple Q, same exact pattern. The evening star set up at the top and it's at 379. It almost went to 383, which was our target 61 Fibonacci. I would say kind of rejected here. So if it rejects it, it should fill the gap. And if it fills the gap, there are multiple gaps which needs to be filled. So the confirmation is not there yet. The confirmation will come once we lose the low of this, which is 375. Okay, so I will start from triple Q. Same thing, 50-50. The bull breakout is gone. Potential evening star below 375. Now we can sell below 378, which is the Friday's low. 378 should be the stop loss. Sell below 378. First stop loss is 375.50. This is the low of this candle, and then the gap till 374, 373.90, and then 371.50. On the upside, if we hold 378, let's go above this 379. It opened. See, the price section of open and low is really, really important. If buy above 379.60, then we should hit 382, 80, and 384. See, everything is all about price action. Now, when I see that if it goes below Friday's low, then it means that there is some serious concern on NQ. So there's a potential short, which is right there. If it opens above Friday's open, then it means that yes, it has absorbed everything negative and now it really wants to run. So all these things really matter. People are just looking for more and more indicators, more and more other things rather than looking at the price. So please watch the price. And I've given you one simple price action scan: open, low, high, open equals to low, or open equals to high. Use that. If you're non-technical, if you have no knowledge about anything, just use that as a price action and it will give you some really wonderful results. All right. So let's look at the list now. Apple is trying to test the 12 EMA. The DMAs are strong. If I go to my market watch, Apple right here, you see on daily there is no high Kenichi. So nothing special happening around Apple. So for the first time, I'm going to leave Apple from my list because I have so many other items in the list. I'll pick up something else, but right now I'm just leaving Apple because Apple is not giving a good setup. Let's move on to AMD. Now AMD, look at this massive gap. It went all the way to 122 and then had a massive thing. Now AMD, I'm like kind of really positive in the last few months. I will still try and positive on AMD with a stop loss of 114.20. So I will 114.25 is my stop loss, which is a 12 EMA. I would love to buy if it comes around 115 to 116. Again, I'm going to keep this in blue. It has tested this area, so 118.60, 121.60. I'm just reducing it to 60%. Now, you may try to sell it below 114. Like the first time I'm adding this sell on AMD, sell below 114 for 110, 111 range. So in case you find that yes, AMD is losing traction, you might. Let me just make this into green color. So AMD is fine, and I'm reducing it to neutral. So if it comes into this range, it's fine to add them, add around 115, 116, keeping 114 into this, and look for these targets. If it loses 114, have a strict stop loss and get out, and look for 111, 110. Amazon finally broke out, finally filled the gap. And once it filled the gap, it has created a gap of its own. Now it's a hammer on the top, which is usually not a good sign. And I think if it holds this gap, like tomorrow, if it somehow comes around 132 and manages to hold the gap, I will be really, really interested to add Amazon. So Amazon is buy and dip to 133, 134 stop loss. I would keep the gap at 131.90. Like if it comes to 132.7 to 133.5, this is an extremely nice buying range on Amazon. It's ready for a breakout. It started, but then held back on Friday. It's a hammer right on the top, which is not a good sign, but again, I'm looking to buy in a dip. Amazon will still be my favorite stock to go into tomorrow. So the levels are still same. It's ready for a massive move. And every time it's going to dip. And you will notice one thing, that in case market is going down, Amazon and Google will hold their prices. And as a result, if market tries to reverse, they'll be the first one to run. So Amazon and Google are my favorite setups. I'm just checking if there's Chinese market, like they're closed for a typhoon. And right now I'm just checking, and their GDP numbers were really bad. And they are like towards, they're showing negative, but the stocks are not moving. Index is not moving. Okay, Adobe. I think Adobe has done the job, so I'm going to eliminate this. Adobe 521 did the job. Now it will retrace back, so that's fine. So I'm eliminating Adobe. And I want to bring Baidu or BA. Baidu will talk BA. So BA has been like, if you see right here, we are in a very consolidating pattern, extreme consolidation from January of this year until July. That's about 6-7 months, roughly 7 months of consolidation. Now, when you have this kind of consolidation, this turns out to be a massive move. Now, we have earnings coming into next week. Similar to UNH, I want to go long on BA, and my rationale is very simple. The travel sector has done really great. They have posted huge orders to Boeing. Boeing is trying to get the certification for MAX 737 series as soon as possible. And I hope, or I think that will come right before the earnings, or they'll be declaring it right into the earning conference. So there's a high potential setting up into Boeing. And if you look at, because this is clustered, so I'm going to go into the weekly candles. And on the weekly candles, you will see a very clear setup. This is a morning star setup on a weekly. Okay. Now, all this is showing me extreme bullishness. Now, my stop loss is 211. I am positive by near, like I already have positions, and I recommended people to have Boeing. because it needs to break this 218 wall. It has not seen a single week of close above 218. The same thing was happening in Shopify. And you see one day of close and it just rallied. So Boeing has earnings on 27th or 28th. And then I think this should break out. We are lingering on. If that doesn't happen, I'll be really, really surprised. So I'm like really, really positive on Boeing for 219, 223. I'm looking at like 240 area on Boeing. Again, like I do love Boeing. So there's some bullishness coming from that aspect, but I think it's setting up. Weekly morning star on HA. CRM has done the job. CRM was supposed to hit 230 area and it did 231 exactly to the point. $231 right there, hit it and closed. So now I would let it cool off. The same consolidation was happening and then boom from 210 to 230. So CRM is done for me. I will pick up Baidu here. I already have Baba, but Baidu here. Baidu is inside day. I just wanted to see how they would be behaving this in the evening, but because of the typhoon, I don't see anything clear yet. There's a gap. Let's leave Baidu for now. Like, if you look at this chart, it's clearly showing inverted head and shoulders. We need a close of 152 and then it should break out. Or if it comes to 145, there's a potential breakout situation as well. The TMI is starting to change 1 day, 2 day is getting green. The 12 EMA is above 34 EMA. So this is a potential setup. And with like Chinese economy coming to grow at a very low. Shankar, this is actually a stupid question. These questions are not stupid, but these are the stock analysis. Who is talking about options here? You need to play option based on your choice. Okay, so this is inverted head and shoulders. So Baidu is inverted head and shoulders inside day. Then inverted head and shoulders is the good breakout. If I can keep 140, 750 as my stop loss. 147.50, 152.90 is my target, and 157.50. If we can cross 157.50, it will be a massive move towards 165. It has failed here multiple times. So keep an eye on Baidu. Buy near 149, 148. Google is going to be my next. Google with L is going to be my next. It's ready for a massive breakout. It lost the track, but now it finally gained it. I'm going to buy this at any single dip. My stop loss will be previous resistance 124.60, 124.60. Buy near 125, 126. It should hit the previous high of 129 and then look towards 134. Google is in my blue color. Blue. Baba. Baba is like at a very important juncture of 38.2%. If it fails, then it might fill this gap, a little tiny gap. But I again, like I'm waiting for Chinese market to open in the afternoon, and let's see how it reacts. But if I have to buy, I will buy above 95. Everything is same for Baba. I'm just neutralizing it because it didn't work out on Friday. Meta is an evening star for me. Meta I was trying to short even on Friday, but I couldn't, like, I actually chickened out. I should have held on to my positions, but I chickened out. Now, if I lose 307.30, short below 37. Stop loss is 3950. Target is 175, and then 297.50. First confident shot on Meta. Evening star on daily. Microsoft, all these tickers have done their job. So I don't think so there'll be too much to do on Microsoft tomorrow. So I'm going to eliminate this. Like, I still have Apple to replace. So I'll add HD first. HD is an inside day, and HD, like, same thing. It's trying to break out. It has filled the gap. Now it should, like, if you see in a very long term pattern, right? This was setting up a very massive inverted head and shoulders over a period of many months, about more than a year. If you want to clear this picture, just convert this into a weekly candle so that you will see. Clear this, and I'll just make it into Heikeneishi so that you can clearly see this. Now you'll be able to see it much clearly. Start from here, went up, came down, went up, came down. It's starting to move up. So HD is a good move for me on the weekly. Plus, it's an inside day and it's in the range for 3-4 days. I'll just go long above 317.50. So HD positive, buy above 317.50, stop loss 316. $323, $322.50, and $326. On weekly, inside day. I'm giving it just blue color because I think it has really good potential. Home Depot. Netflix has earnings this week, and there's a Hollywood strike which is going on. Netflix was supposed to do better. Right now, Netflix made a bearish engulfing candle, which we should not ignore. If that 38.2 Fibonacci 446 act as a resistance. And if you see right here, we just went up and we are holding this line. So if we lose this, I think we might come down pretty strongly before the earnings. Not into like after the earnings, before the earnings. So I again, like I'm just going by what I'm seeing. It's a bearish engulfing. So Netflix is short. My stop loss is 446.50. It's holding that, and if it loses, the high was 441. Sell below 441. Looking at 433, 432.80. In the last few times, we have tested 430 area many times, and I have to tell you that it's a really good buying area. But this time, if it breaks, I think we'll hit 419, 418.80. If we come at 418.80 before the earnings, trust me, buy the hell out of this company. Buy and buy and buy. But right now, I think it's gonna show some cool off. Nvidia. Nvidia made a massive move on Friday from 440s to 480s, and now it's rejected below 38.2 Fibonacci. Again, I'm going to respect the Fibonacci. I'm going to respect a big, massive candle. If it stays below 456, I'm going to short it. If it's going above 456, I'm not going to buy it. I'm only going to short this below 456. Sell below 450. Target is 445. And then 432.5. Long above 461. Only. If you want to long, try long above this number. Otherwise, short it. Shopify. Shopify is a rejection from right there. Now it's coming to a very important area, 61.8 Fibonacci. So I'll take a short of 68 on Shopify. Stop loss of 68. Buy near 68. Target is 70. 72.50. I'm removing the blue color from this, but it's a good, again, in case you find this, it's a good setup. PayPal. PayPal is slowly, steadily moving higher. It has to fill some massive gaps. Like right there, the gap was filled. The first gap, the high was 75. And here the high was, no, the low was 72.90 and the high was 70.98. So this gap was filled by PayPal. This gap is filled right there. Now it may cool off. So I'll wait for PayPal and I'll remove it from my list. But it's a thing which we should check. Whenever the gap is filled, the stock will wait. Now I really want to include crowd. HD crowd, both are crowd. Crowd is inside day. Crowd is again like double inside day, 1, 2, 3. So if it holds 148 or 147, I would say 146.50, 34 EMA. So 146.35. If it holds, it's double inside day. And buy near 149. And for crowd, you need to give some area. 149, you should see 156, 155, 160, 250. There's high potential on crowd, but you need to like 148 to 149. You need to enter at a right price on crowd. It's really, really good. Ubrino Solar Stocks already have run, ENPH has run. If you're trying to compare with 2022, no, it will not show you that kind of move. Roblox is failed, so I'm eliminating it. And I really want to bring Triple M. There's one more stock which is left, so I'll bring QCOM there. We already have a couple of chip stocks. So we'll see. Triple M. The Triple M I've not traded in like years. So I'm going to show you how to set up the chart if you're bringing it for the very first time. So this is the chart which I have. Okay. This is the 4-year chart. So let's start from 1-year chart. So on the 1-year chart, you see the direction of the chart is from left to right, we are going down. So the first thing I will do is I will go to my regression channel. I'll go right here at the top and then come towards the bottom. This shows that my chart price is going down. But what's happening here is 12 EMA is crossing, it's holding a base. So we need to find a retracement. I'm not using extensions. I am going to use a retracement. So the latest high, if I want to see is, or I can do a extension from a very short term point of view. Let's type extensions. So we are right here in this range. This is a very simple, clean chart. You need to set it up at your end. No fancy things, just simple. I've made the colors on Fibonacci just to remember the different numbers. But you see 1, 2, 3. Triple M is double inside day, holding this base very tightly, allowing the 12 EMA to catch up. So triple MA is also a double inside day. Okay, I am going to give it a positive. And then if it goes above or it holds 101.85, we should be seeing 103.35 and 105.50. It's a slow mover, so don't jump right away on this. Buy near 102.50. Then we have Tesla. Tesla finally broke out of this range and now it's going up. It's showing strength, but 291 is some serious area for Tesla. So I would like to see if there's a continuation or if there's a choppiness on Tesla. Right now, it's like if you look at the DMI, it's all positive, everything is all good. But I'm a little I want a little cool off. Like if it comes to 270 area, do a back test of 12 EMA one more time. I'll have much more confidence on Tesla. Because every earnings Tesla, like people expect, it doesn't move that doesn't give that kind of move on Tesla. So I'm gonna keep right here. So my stop loss will be 276 if I'm trying long. 276 and it's going to be a big stop loss because if you want to be a little conservative, you can update it to 278 by like 282. This was closed at 282.50. Again, $4.50. That's a big difference, right? That's why I'm saying it's going to be a little tricky trading Tesla. 286, 291. And similarly, if you want to go short, sell below 276, stop loss 278. I would love 271 on Tesla. Then I do want to include Zoom. Like there was a lot of flow in Zoom in the last many months. So I'll add Zoom. Like it has failed in exactly similar thing what's happening in Shopify. It's coming into this area. Like if you look at Roblox, everything, it comes into this area and fails. Same thing happened on Friday. But if you look on the weekly candle, this is a massive bullish weekly candle. You can see the strength of this candle. It overtook almost all of this period in one candle and closed above this. So I think it's a very high potential with keeping 70 as a stop loss. Look for 73 and 79 coming on Zoom. Like in the last few days, you've seen Roku, Shopify, PayPal. Zoom may be the next one. Weekly bullish engulfing. 70 is my stop loss. By near 70, 71, 73.50, 79. And then last one is 19. And QCOM. QCOM, should I do QCOM? Should I do AB? Let's do Apple. Let's stick with Apple. Apple is holding this 189.50. So till the moment Apple is holding 189.50, I think I'm okay. 189.50 buy in dip 190. If it dips to 190, I'll be a buyer. 190, 170, 193, 190, 170, 193, 25. And now sell below 189. 50 or 187.75. That's my list. Ucom I want to do like, but let me just add inside the Ucom is an inside day. Yep, it's a massive handle. I think it has very good potential. Like if you see, it's a massive inverted head and shoulders. It's a good potential. 122 is a good stop loss. Let me add this. Let's make it 20. Stop loss is 122. We are near 122. Above 122.75. Same thing is with ABGO. I'm gonna add some retracements here. It'd be around 126, 128. All right, I think I'm pretty much done. I wanted to cover two stocks, UNH. So UNH had a massive move. I think it will fill the gap. Like this was a breakout zone. Like it got really, it was really struggling to cross 482 because here it was not able to cross 482. So I think the moment it crosses 482.50, it's run towards 495. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, buy a dip towards 475. That's UNH. The same thing will work for Humana. It just needs to like cross this 12 EMA, 438. Or if it comes down to 430, I'll be a buyer. If it crosses 438, it shows me strength. Otherwise, I would prefer UNH over Humana. Beam, Disney, I don't want to cover, Surendra. Beam, I have never done, so I have no idea, Mr. Kulwant. Again, it's a pharma company, I have no idea. Beam. Disney, I would say it's a company to avoid. See, I really don't know why you want to stuck with companies which are not responding. There are better companies where you can trade. So if you still want to stick with these companies, I cannot help it. Disney, again, Pawan, there is no point going into Macy's. Like, why you not stick with these companies? Why you want to like go every single stock in the market? DTOC has already moved his done his job. I don't know. It's done its job like 104. It might go to 114, 115, but it has already done its job. It was a breakout at 91. We discussed it. And from 91, it's right there. Now 104 is the stop loss, and it will go up from like it will needs to go up from here as per as, but 110, 18 has been a resistance area for it in the past. Someone give me one single reason why I should pick up Macy's. Give me one single reason. I'll open the chart. Why should I pick up Macy's? This is the chart, Macy's, and this chart is really, really sad. in the 5 years, it's exactly at the same price where it was in before COVID, or if you want to go back further, you can go back further. Why you want to trade this company? Give me one single reason. See, sometimes these companies give you a thing that yes, we are running. If you want to trade retail, trade Walmart, trade Target, trade Lulu. Why you want to stuck with Macy's? Choosing a right stock is really, really important in trading or investment. All right, guys, I'm not doing any Q&A today. So thank you very much for joining in tonight. I hope you will have a good day tomorrow. And thank you very much for joining.